As we look at the story of Jonah, we find a man that isn't quite the guy that we thought he was. You know, the guy that I'd come to know as Jonah in Sunday school was this character who lived in the belly of a fish for 3 days and 3 nights. He was almost cartoonish, but as you read the book of Jonah, you come to understand that this was a real man. This is a real guy, and he's got problems. He's flawed. God has given him something to do, and he's been disobedient. God says to him, I want you to take this message to those people. And instead of doing that, what he does is he goes out of his way. He finds a ship. He pays the fare. He pays a price to try and escape God, to be disobedient to God, and he heads off in the opposite direction. God has called him to do something. And then we find this amazing phrase. I've seen it throughout the Bible. But God, but God. But God sends a storm. He stops Jonah in his tracks. And it's a storm that's there to tell him, I chose you to do something, and I want you to do that. I'm not discarding you. I'm not throwing you away. I haven't forgotten what I told you to do. I didn't choose the wrong person. I didn't make a mistake. You were the one that I chose, and there's something that God has put into your life that he's asked you to do, that he's called you to do, that he's commanded you to do, and you've been disobedient. And you've chosen, you've gone out of your way to go in the opposite direction. And God is coming today, and he's saying, but I'm sending a storm. I'm going to stop you in your tracks. Turn back to me, because I love you. Put your faith in Jesus Christ. Look at what I called you to do. But God pursues you despite you. What a wonderful lesson that is. Where are you today in your journey with Jesus? Where have you chosen to go in the opposite direction? And what does he want you to do?